What is up, people? Hope you're having a really splendid day wherever you are in this world. So in today's video, I've got a short and sweet one for you. We're going to be talking about $1,500 a month coloring book niche. And needless to say, guys, this is a low competition niche. I'm not going to be revealing something that's already saturated. This niche has literally blown my mind as to how low the competition is relative to demand. So today I'm going to be sharing that with you. Of course, when I make these niche reveal videos, I'm always going to be leaving the keyword research for these niches free in my Facebook group. So if you go to the description below, locate the Facebook group, which should be near at the top of the description. And if you go in there, I've left an Excel spreadsheet with all the keywords Helium 10 has found for this niche. So you can go over that, apply that in your own publication should you wish to do so. And that's going to be free in my Facebook group, guys. Now, just a quick disclaimer with these videos, this shouldn't replace doing your own niche research. To be successful at low content publishing on Amazon, you need to make sure that you are good at doing your own niche research and not just relying on these videos here on YouTube to do your niche research for you. And of course, guys, if you're looking to get started with low content publishing, or you're already doing low content publishing, but you're not making the sales that you want, then I recommend you check out my video here on YouTube, the free 2-hour tutorial on how to do low content publishing. It's linked in the top right hand side if you're watching on desktop. So feel free to watch that if you think it's going to be helpful. But guys, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and reveal that niche. I'm going to show you the niche, and then I'm going to give you 4 good reasons as to why I think this niche is probably going to be a winner for you should you choose to publish in it. Now, a very quick disclaimer for this as well. It might be a controversial niche, so viewer discretion is advised. Having said that, let's jump straight onto the listing that brought me to this niche. So it's this book here, the Serial Killer Coloring Book niche. Now, straight off the bat, you can see it has 6,153 reviews. It's priced at $9.99 and it has 81 pages. So this book makes $3.84 in royalty every time it sells. Now, let's have a look at the 4 good reasons, and then we'll go into what the coloring pages look like and everything like that. So number 1, I've chosen this niche because I was looking through the coloring books and I came across horror coloring books. So that's like a general niche, you know, it's a sub niche of the coloring book niche, but it's still a very large general niche. Now, as you go through books in the horror coloring book niche, I was using Helium 10 to pull up the keywords that, you know, these books had been ranking for in the horror coloring book niche. And this keyword here, this search term, kept on coming up so much. Serial killer coloring book for adults. And this score here is absolutely insane. It's probably one of the best scores that I've seen on Helium 10 for any niche, and that's why I'm sharing it in this video, guys. Basically, the Cerebro IQ score is a measure of supply versus demand. The higher this score, the better, but normally within the top 10, 20 or 30 keywords, you either get trademark terms. So the top ones might be like Gordon Ramsay, but Gordon Ramsay might have trademarked his own name, so you can't really publish through Gordon Ramsay, for example. Or it might be something that's really unusual, like Godzilla Dominion. That's a really weird search term, and it doesn't really point to much when you click on it. But this one here at number 4 is a very, very plausible search term. Serial Killer Coloring Book for Adults. It has no trademark terms. And for the search volume of 4,000 searches a month and 11,000 Cerebro IQ score, that means there's so much demand compared to supply. So this is one reason why I think this niche is going to be a very, very good niche for you to publish in. Of course, number 2 is great BSRs for the search term. Now, if we go straight onto the search term here, if I click on Serial Killer Coloring Books for Adults, it will take you to this. It has 352 results for that search term, and as you scroll down, the BSRs are crazy. So 7,700 for this one that I've just shown you, 19,000 for the next one down, 19,000 again, 1,800 for this one, which is incredible, 11,000 for this one. I don't know if Bloody Alphabet is trademarked, but I didn't choose it for that reason, just in case it was. 20,000 for this one here, 205,000, but the list keeps on going on. And it's absolutely insane that there's only 352 results for the amount of search term that this gets. Of course, if we do the maths on the numbers there, so if we go back to this, 7,700 BSR. Now, if we go to TCK Publishing, that means that they're making 464 sales a month just through the US marketplace. And if you plug that into a calculator, 464 sales plus $3.84 per sale means that they're clearing easily $1,500 a month. I don't know the exact number, but I know it's more than that. So that's why I've put that number in the thumbnail there, guys. And remember, this is just from the US marketplace. Like, it doesn't even take into account how much they're making through Canada, through the UK, through Australia, and all the other marketplaces. So it could be much more than this should their book be doing well in those marketplaces. The number 3 is easy to obtain the images. Now, for this bit, viewer discretion is advised. So if you don't like looking at serial killers, then I suggest you click off this video. But essentially, what I mean by this is that if you go on Wikipedia, this is a serial killer called Ted Bundy, probably one of the more infamous ones here. And he's definitely someone you'd put in this book of serial killers. So Ted Bundy, if you click on this image here, you can see that in the bottom right hand corner it says public domain. So if I pull that up a little bit, you can see that it's a public domain image because it was taken by the State Archives of Florida. Now, if it's a public domain image, it means you're free to use it within your own publications, and you can call it your own copyright should you develop on this image. So if you're making a coloring book out of this portrait itself, if you're just going to put the picture in the book as part of the coloring page, then you can put it in there and call it your own book. So that's what I mean by that. You can go across all the other images on Ted Bundy. Some of them may be copyright, but if you click on something like this, again, that's a public domain image, so you can use that inside your book. Now, for a lot of niches, this isn't going to be the case. They're going to be copyright images for the most part, like cars, for example. If I was making a cars coloring book, then a lot of images of cars may be copyright to the photographer that took it. But with these serial killers, most of them happened, Bundy was in 1978 there, for example, and the pictures were taken by the US government. So that's why they are public domain. And that's a good thing, because then you can just use those images within your own publications without worrying about the copyright from those images. Now, the fourth one that I forgot to mention here on why this niche is if we go back to the serial killer coloring book, you can see if we scroll down here, at this point, it's hovering at the 7,700 BSR rank for this niche. But if you go towards Christmas, you can see that it's actually very, very seasonal. Last Christmas, this book peaked at 610 BSR at the height of Christmas shopping, which was, mid-December there. So with a sales rank like that, this book would have been making a bit more than $1,500 a month. If I had to speculate, that'd be nearer the $5,000 a month mark just for this book over the Christmas period. So it is a very seasonal niche, so you can expect more sales over Christmas. And that is number 4 as to why I would pick this niche. Now, if I was going to go ahead and make this book, I think my best option would be to head over to Fiverr. Now, I'm going to show you the coloring pages inside of this book first before I show you what we can get on Fiverr. If we scroll down to the bottom here, unfortunately, if we press look inside, we can't see the coloring pages as it doesn't show it from Amazon. So we're going to head over to the customer reviews where people have left photos of the coloring pages. Now, there is a massive bank of customer images here, and we can just scroll through these. So as you can see, you'll notice a theme of these coloring pages. There'll be a portrait, there'll be the name of the serial killer, and just a few accessories that might be associated with that serial killer. So I don't know who this person is, but they've got a gun here, a couple of bullets, a skull, and so on. But yeah, just fairly simple coloring pages here, again with the portrait, the name, the amount of victims that the serial killer has, and just a simple landscape shot here. Again with this person, a few accessories, name, portrait, and so on and so forth. It's a similar pattern throughout the whole book, and in my opinion this isn't too difficult to make. So we're going to go ahead and go onto Fiverr. You can see that I've picked a listing here. This is person that will draw a line art of anything, and they're charging £3.70 for a full illustration. That's going to be $5. So say if we wanted 30 of them, it might be $150. Maybe we can negotiate the price down to $100 if this person is willing to do so. But essentially, you might just go ahead, pick the image of the serial killer that you want. So Ted Bundy here, I might just take his portrait here and give it to that person to do a line drawing of. I'd ask them to add a background as well, and some of the accessories that Ted Bundy might be associated with, maybe like that car that he was spotted in whilst he was hunting down his victims, and stuff like that. So that's basically what I would give my Fiverr freelancer there to go ahead and do. And obviously, guys, it is $100 if you're going to go the Fiverr route, but I believe that the return of investment for you is very, very profitable. Remember, this book that I showed you is doing $1,500 a month. So all you really need is, even if you had only part of the success that the other books did, you'd still be profitable within few months at most. So this is a very, very promising niche if you're comfortable doing it. If we just head over to the book finally, and I'll show you the keywords that I'm going to be leaving here in my Facebook group for you to use for free. Basically, I'm going to go to this Helium-10 extension, press keywords, and it will just give me a long list of keywords that this book has ranked for, and I can order it through the search volume of each keyword. So how many times the customer types in this keyword every month, the Cerebro IQ score, which remember was the supply versus demand, and everything like that. It just gives me a long list, 8,129 filtered keywords this book is ranking for. I can download it as an Excel here at the top, which I'm going to do and leave in my Facebook group, guys. So that's pretty much this video in a nutshell. If you do want Helium-10 to do your own niche research for and your own niches to get the keywords, etc., then the link for it is in the description below. It should be 10% off any plan that you pick, or 50% off for your first month. It's your choice. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, guys. Go ahead and grab that Excel spreadsheet from my Facebook group if you're interested in publishing this book. It's going to be very helpful for you when picking the keywords. But having said all that, that's been Ben Chinnock. Thank you very much for watching this video. Like this video if you found it helpful in any way, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Otherwise, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, guys.